getting into this episode of GH, I love me some Miss Wu. I do. I love Miss Wu. I adore her. It's something about Miss Wu, like it's that, like I said before, it's the quiet danger that she possesses that I fucking love. Sonny would be a fool to trust her. Like he would be out of his mind to trust somebody like Miss Wu, and that's what makes me love her more because not only does she have that quiet danger, like oh I could take you out when you least expect it, but it's that she's playing the long game, and I feel like that's what she's doing. She plays the long game. She associates with people when it benefits her, and when it doesn't benefit her, she'll take you out because at the end of the day, she's a woman in a man's world. The mob is a man's world, always has been. Back in the day, you didn't really hear about female mob bosses. Most of the mob bosses, if not all the mob bosses, in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and so on, they were all men. So for her to be a woman in a position of power, she's gonna want more power. She's gonna want to dominate that space. Um, and I also think Ms. Wu is not gonna take too kindly to continue to take orders from Sunny because every time they talk, they don't talk as if they're equals. Sunny talks to her sometimes like she's a subordinate. Like she's not as equally powerful as him. Um, and I've seen it before. Like he always used to tell her, "Well, I don't condone this, or you're not gonna be able to do this, or you're not gonna." She's not gonna take that shit for too much longer. She's a boss in her own right, and he talking to her like she one of his damn employees. So I knew Miss Wu wasn't gonna take that for too much longer. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's working with somebody to take him out, or if it is her that's trying to take him out. I wouldn't be shocked because also the Highlander, that's her club, that's her bar, and she claimed that she ain't got no info. Miss Wu is always up on game. So for her to sit there and say that she don't know, oh, who the customer is or who the hitman was and who he was talking to, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. He was on her turf. That's too much of a coincidence to me. Somebody comes into a bar that she owns and they're conducting business there to take him out, take one of her associates out. Something smell rotten. Something ain't right with that. And if I was Sunny, I would look into her very closely. I would pay more attention to Miss Wu. I'm just saying, because that right there, she ain't to be trusted. Um, so anyway, moving on from that, Josslyn. Her and Dex are just they they don't know what discretion means because when they were in Kelly's, the way that they kept eyeballing each other back and forth, I'm like anybody with some good eyes and some good sense could see that y'all looking at each other. They were making it very obvious. Like they weren't being discreet about the shit. I'm like, y'all looking right at each other. Stevie Wonder could see that. And at this point, I'm getting super sick of Josslyn with her self righteous attitude towards Sonny. Like, oh, Donna and Avery, they're going to start thinking that this is normal with the security. They're starting to notice and blah, blah, blah. Talking about, oh, it should break your heart too as it's breaking mine. Josslyn, please be quiet. I get so tired of her and Michael being on a high horse about Sonny. They only do it when they're mad at him. But when they're not mad at him, they use his name just to scare somebody. Just like Josslyn did with Esme. Oh, you know who my stepdad is? Sonny Corinthos. You know who my dad is? Sonny Corinthos. Whenever it suits them, they drop his name. They drop more names than a $10 snitch. Like, it just don't make no sense. But then when they're mad at him, oh, Sonny's dangerous. Oh, he's evil. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. He's a monster. Oh, get the hell on somewhere with that fake outrage. Please spare me the bullshit. Because they use his name and his power when it suits their little sorry asses. I'm just getting tired of them. They act like some spoiled brats that don't get their way, so now they want to condemn his way of living. Like, but you used his way of living all the time just to suit their damn need. Like, it's ridiculous at this point. I'm so sick of it. Um, that's why I say Cameron, he's better than me. Cameron is so much better than me. Like, I would not be friends with somebody like Josslyn because I still don't like the way she played him out like that. She gaslit the shit out of him. Like, she really made that boy think, oh, we just grew apart. Oh, we this, we that. When you was really riding somebody else. You was really fucking around with somebody else. But you made him think it was something else. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucked up. I wouldn't be friends with her. I really wouldn't. You know? I it's ridiculous at this point. That's why I am glad Cameron is going to California to live his best life. You know, he got a great scholarship, and I think he's going to do great things. And if I was him, I would leave Josslyn in the dust. It's whatever at this point. Dex can have her. Because, you know, if Dex want Josslyn and he thinks she's some damn prize, knock yourself out. I don't know what type of prize he thinks she is, but kudos to you. You won a Josslyn. Good luck with that. Um. So anyway, moving on from that, I love Trina and Marshall's bond that's growing. I love the conversation that they were having. Um, I totally get where Marshall was coming from. You know, as far as Spencer is concerned, I get it. You know, it's always going to be drama with Spencer. He's a Cassadine. The Cassadines don't know anything else but drama. So I get why he doesn't think it's a good idea for Trina to be associated with that. Because if his life is always going to be like this, like every time y'all get, you know, y'all finish one piece of drama, it's like another piece of drama pops up right after that. I get it, because that shit can get tiring. It can. It's like at some point you're going to need some damn peace in your life, at least for 5 minutes. It's like, but with the Cassadines, there's never no real peace. So I get it, but you know, the heart wants what the heart wants, and she's clearly in love with the boy. You know, and Marshall feels like it's Trina that's always sacrificing and not Spencer. Well, the thing about it is Trina make loud sacrifices. She makes loud sacrifices. Spencer makes the quiet sacrifices. He's making the sacrifices that they don't even know that he's making until after it's long after it's done. You know what I mean? So Spencer definitely makes sacrifices himself. He's making one now. You know, he's dealing with the devil at this point. He's making a deal with Victor of all people. You know, trying to be on Victor's good side and trying to be loyal to him to help him with Esme. Because at this point, he feels like he's desperate to get Esme out that baby life. And Victor, of course, is not happy with the name Ace. Like, he cannot stand that name. He was like, that is not a name for a Cassadine. Absolutely not. And he's even talking about fabricating evidence against Esme to get rid of her. I'm like, well, damn, y'all hate that girl that bad? He just fucking over it at this point. But I'm like, Spencer need to be careful when dealing with the devil. It comes at a very steep price. So dealing with Victor, it can get messy. Very messy. But I don't know what's up with Esme. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know how far that girl thinks she can run. I really don't. Because honestly, that little bit of money that Laura gave her, how far does she think she gonna go on that little bit of change? Like, it was good. It was a decent amount, but it's nothing that's gonna last you. Clearly. I mean, I do commend Laura for trying to be nice to the girl because she thinks she got amnesia or whatever, but I still would keep both eyes open on her because I'm like, you just can't trust her at all. Amnesia, no amnesia, she's just not trustworthy. Esme is still gonna be Esme even with amnesia, so I just wouldn't trust it. I think Laura's just trying to go the non-confrontational approach. I think that's the approach Laura's trying to take. She's just trying to gain this girl's trust so that way they can keep her around, keep her in line, and whatever, and keep the baby around. But what they really need to be doing is getting the damn DNA on this kid, because for all we know, that child could be Tim the Two-Man Taylor child for all we know. We don't know who kid that really is. They never got a DNA. For all we know, she could have slept with a sailor off screen for all we know. She could have slept with a PCPD officer for all we know. We don't know. I would get a DNA test just to be on the safe side. I'm just saying, because I wouldn't trust her. I'm quite intrigued by Cameron popping up at the door because I cannot wait to see that confrontation and see what that's going to be like between him and Esme. I think it's going to be interesting. So anyway, moving on from that. Listen, I totally get where Valentine coming from. Like, at this point, he don't give a damn about Eileen. He was like, well, shit, she could die. Valentine don't care. He was like, shit, ain't like nobody gonna miss her. He was like, shit, don't nobody like Eileen. Because I feel like Eileen should just go to her bank, take all of the money out of her bank account and just disappear. I think that's what she should do. Because for one, I think it's a lose-lose for her. I really do. I think it's a lose-lose situation for her. For one, Victor could kill her at any given second. Two, there's no guarantee that Anna, Valentine, and Robert and their people can even protect her from Victor. Even if he goes to prison, he has a long reach. He can get her from behind bars. So it's in her best interest to disappear. Even somehow if Victor does go to prison and he doesn't do anything to her, her career is done. That's over. She's never going to have a political seat in that town or probably any other town. It's in her best interest to go. Why risk your life? You know what I'm saying? And even Anna had reservations about this because she felt like they were just sending her off to her possible death because they can't protect her. I feel like Anna was just giving her lip service. Oh, we can protect you. Oh, we can. No, y'all can't. Because even if Robert and his men are close by, they can't get to her in time. Victor could easily pull out a gun and boom, boom, she dead. They're not gonna get to her in time. So if I was her, I would just pack my shit and go. I would just exit stage left. Honestly, I wouldn't risk my life for this. I'm like, nope, because it's a lose lose on her part. Um, I don't see her getting this. I don't see her getting this done. I really don't. And I don't blame her for not wanting to wear a wire. I cannot blame her for not wanting to wear a wire because she go in there with a wire. Chances are she might say something that might trigger Victor because we all know how he can get paranoid at times and he'd be like, oh, open up your blouse. You know what I mean? Like she might say something to make him suspicious. So I get why she didn't want to wear it. That's big risk. That's a huge risk. And then what if he want to have sexy time or something? What if he want to lay up with her? Then she would have to come up with an excuse as to why she can't do it. And he would get suspicious off that. That's a very suspicious man. Like you could say one little word, he'd look at you funny. Um, so far the plan is working. It's working to an extent. At least they brought him the fake diamonds and shit. But now he talking about he want to inspect them. I'm like, ugh, that could be a problem. Him looking closely at the diamonds. I really hope Anna and them thought about that. That he might analyze that shit further. And take a closer look at them and shit. So hopefully they got a backup plan for that. If not, little Eileen might go bye bye. You better look into that one. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. This was a pretty decent installment. It wasn't horrible, wasn't bad, but I'm intrigued by Miss Wu because I really want to know what that heifer really know, and if she's really setting Sunny ass up because I wouldn't put it past her. But anyway, hit the comments, let me know what you all thought. Peace.